Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Mr. Kuponu, I was just asking you that question that concerning the expectations that the youth will be a huge part of the electioneering, of course, the processes from now on, having had the not too young to run law in place now.
Yes.
But we didn't see much of that in Osun State. What happened?
Yes, I want to say that, first of all, we have to look at Osun as a state and compare that to Lagos, for instance. There is more of enlightenment around here, and you have almost everybody, almost like half of the population of enlightened Nigerian youths are in Lagos.
I say Lagos is the only place where it can succeed to have more inclusion of younger people participating in the process, and not in other states?
I think it will have to start from Lagos, because the truth is, a lot of Nigerians look up to Lagos for a lot of things. And some of us are of the opinion that the way it's going, because it is our future that is at stake. If the people in Osun do not see, the youths in Osun do not see themselves as ready to contest this election, especially this inconclusive one, that gives the other guys in the other states the opportunity to look at it. Maybe if a young man had run for that election, maybe the votes would have gone the other way.
Are you sure there was no young man? I mean, the youngest person that contested in that election was 33 years old.
Yes.
But he didn't get many votes.
It depends. Elections are emotional things. It depends on what language you are speaking. It depends on how close you are to the people. It depends on how you have contributed to their lives before election period.
Okay.
You must have a pedigree. You must have a kind of relationship with people.
The question then will be,
yes,
because many of the conversations that have gone on are that the young are inexperienced politically and leadership-wise. That's what a lot of people will say. They're inexperienced politically-wise. Plus, in a monetized polity, they don't have the money.
Yes.
So they couldn't have impacted on the people much. Based on what you said here now, you must have impacted, you must have interacted with people, you must have impacted their life.
Yes.
So the young people couldn't have impacted much on the people in a monetized polity. That's one. On the other side, they don't have the experience that this older generation have had. They've been experienced in politics, and so they know what to say, they know the language to speak for the people to hear them. So faced with that kind of challenge, and yet the young people want to see a change, how would that be?
Now, how that's going to be is simple. For me as a person, since 2006, I've been involved in community development. I publish a community newspaper on the Badagry corridor. And for 12 years, that has given me the opportunity to interact with every class in that society. And the truth is, it also offered the opportunity to understand the problems of our people. We must come from somewhere. We are not saying experience. Yes, experience is needed, but in the present day Nigeria, what is needed most is fresh ideas. Fresh ideas. We can't keep on doing
Are the fresh ideas contending with the money bags in different political parties now?
Yes, I am one.
Do you have a godfather?
I don't need a godfather. What I need are people who believe in my vision. And in my constituency, for instance, we have somebody who has been in office for like 12 years.
Do you think you'll go far without a godfather?
Without a godfather? Yes, I'll go far, because the godfather in every democracy are the people. The people determine what happens to them. They determine their kind of leadership. They determine their own representatives. The truth is, on election day, the godfather will not come to the polling unit. I will be at the polling unit. My other youths will be at the polling unit. Our parents will be there. Our fathers will be there. Everybody. The community leaders will be there. The Community Development Association members will be there. So they are the ones to determine who wins, not the godfather.
Dr. Chris, I like his position. The people, the electorate determined who win. But he said something else before that. He talked about what he's done to help him understand the needs of the people and why he wants to go represent them. But is it enough to just understand the needs or to understand the problems? What about how to solve them? Because that's a different kettle of fish altogether.
Well, I must reckon that
Money has its place in politics.
I didn't mention money here.
You talk about money back.
The question I asked you now, I said, is it enough to know the needs of the
Yes,
people?
I'm going to answer your question, but follow up on the questions you've the conversation. Yes, money has its place in politics, but money is not the greatest resource here on earth. Ideas rule this world. You talk about solutions. You need to understand the specific challenges. Like in my party, we have a unit called Research and Analytics. And for the past 1 year, what they've been doing is analyzing each state to understand the peculiarity of each state and how we intend to address the issues. And in our nomination form, when you are submitting the nomination form, you need to write a statement of purpose. And that statement of purpose requires that you must tell us the problems, the challenges you have identified in your area or in your constituency or in your state, and how do you intend to solve them? Not just giving us theory, you must give us the practical steps. How do you intend to generate funds? What are the policies that you are bringing on board to solve those problems? That's why we are saying that in 2019, there's going to be a difference. We have seen the model that these old guards operate, and we understand the model, and we are coming with a different model. So the youth of this nation now understand that their vote will count in 2019, and they are poised to take their destiny in their hands to shape their preferred future. So 2019 is going to be a different ball game entirely.
Gimba asked a question earlier to Mr. Kuponu. He said, the youth did not vote for the young in the last election. One would expect that the youth in Osun would have galvanized themselves to vote for the young man who came out there. Is it a question, that's why I asked the question about knowing what the problem is and how to solve them. Because if you know the problems of the people and you're not speaking their language, they may not follow you. So would you say that was the situation of that young man in Osun? And would that change going into 2019? Do the young people who are contesting the elections, first of all, know the problem? Yes, they might know the problem. Can they articulate the solution so that the man they want to vote for them can hear and say, this one will get my vote?
Well, that is what every smart youth should be doing or thinking about. You identify those challenges in your locality or in your state and how you intend to solve those problems. Now, in my own party, we have teams of experts in different fields. So it's not just one man running, but teams of experts, because in Nigeria today, we are in a dire situation. And in their situation, you require experts. You don't need vocational politicians. So we are drilling down to people on the street, various associations, to meet their needs, to understand exactly where they are feeling the pains and how we can solve their problems. That is what we are doing in our party. And I am assuring every Nigerian that 2019 is going to be different. They should think of how they've been deceived for the past 58 years.
You say
that in Nigeria...
You say 2019 will be different, and then you also say that you're taking your reference from what happened in Osun State to judge what will happen in 2019. But if you look at that, that means not much will happen, really, because the youth that were expected were rallied by Davido to maybe champion the cause of advancing the not too young to run law and go behind someone who is younger, ends up with somebody older So it's the experience now, should I say, is the experience now cutting off the younger people?
Well, firstly,
Or cowing off
I would
the
say
younger
that
people?
our party was not involved, the liberation movement as a party was not involved in Osun State elections. So I can't talk about the strategy the young man deployed in that elections. But I'm talking as someone who is not just coming to politics because that is the next thing to do. We are in a politics to solve the Nigerian problem, to provide lasting solution to the challenges that have bedeviled this nation for close to 60 years. So as team of experts, professionals, we are not just coming to politics because we want to make career in politics.
Do you have a presidential aspirant?
We have presidential aspirants, and we are analyzing these issues. So we are coming into politics with solutions to the different issues in Nigeria. So the strategies we are bringing on board will be quite different from what these old parties are using. We understand the game, and most Nigeria now understand the game.
What are the old parties using?
The strategy of keeping Nigerians poor and feeding them during time of elections.
You mean vote buying?
Vote buying and not even paying salaries. Then few days to elections, they pay you salaries, either half or full salaries. Few days to elections, they will promise to increase minimum wage. We understand all this, and the Nigerians too also understand.
Are you referring to the party in power now?
Both